on your mat. And some of you guys are very new to us, so I will be going through this warm-up in much slow detail. Lori, will you put So we're going to start on your back in our glute bridge. So heels down, back and squat on the ground. We're going to lift our hips and lower. Every time you lower your hips, you're going to tap your tailbone on the ground. We're going to squeeze our butt and try to get some blood flowing through the back part of the body. So we definitely want to take some time to warm up today. I like a warm up as a way to not only get your body going, but also kind of get your mind in the right spot. We've got 10 of those bridges. And then once you finish your 10 bridges, we're going to flip it over onto hands and knees and go into a cat-cow. Let me adjust my screen a little bit, just a little too far down. There we go. So we're going to come hands and knees and go into cat-cow. Cat-cow. We round up through the back, and we drop the belly down, lift the chest, the head, the neck, and the shoulders. You got it. We have 5 of those. So today's workout is a circuit. It's a longer circuit, so we're going to do about 7 exercises in a row before we rest, and then we'll rest fully at the end. Like every workout we do here, as you come down into your forearms and go into your T-spine twist, elbow to the ceiling, opening the shoulders. Like every workout that we do here, I will be giving you lots of options of how to scale this up or scale it down so that it suits your body and your needs, and you're able to do this in a way that allows you to feel good when you're done and not in pain or not too hard of a workout. So we've got 8 of those T-spine twists. And then once we finish our T-spine, we come into our bird dogs. So our bird dogs are on hands and knees. We're going to draw the belly button and spine flat in the back. And then one arm and the opposite leg extend. And then we draw it back in, set it down, switch sides. So we're going to point the toe down to the floor, flex to the heel. Imagine putting your shoe print on the wall behind you. I want to tell you that we're going to do bird dogs in your workout today. So right now is a good chance to practice them. And we'll get to do them again. Within the routine, you're doing 10 on each side. They are a good, actually challenging exercise. Although we normally do them as part of our warm-up, they're a great exercise for the core and the low back. So we're going to get a little bit of that today. Eventually, once you do finish your bird dogs, we'll meet standing. No rush, take your time, your warm-up. Everyone awake, no big deal. Oh my goodness gracious. We got another one popping in. All right, so from here, once everybody's standing, we'll wait. We're gonna go into arm circles. So we're going to go arm circles back, nice big stretch through the shoulders. Hi, Krista, welcome. We're just warming up, just jump in. We're going 10. All the way back, big arm circles. Yes. There's all kinds of fun stuff happening on the screen right now. Bring the arms forward for 10. I'm hoping, I know some people are new to this, it's tough to figure it out at first. Uh-oh, hang on. No presenting. All right, so once we finish our arm circles here forward for 10, we're gonna go into toe touch squats. So we're going to take the arms up, we're going to round and down and reach for the feet. Then we're going to drop your butt, lift your head and chest, keep your heels down, right arm, left arm reach, and we stand up. So you're going to do this just as low as you can go comfortably. Rounding it down, tucking the booty, lift the chest and shoulders, right arm, left arm, and then we stand up. And it's just a good way to help warm up the hips, warm up the ankles, warm up the shoulders. We're going to 5 of those. When we get into our workout today, the first circuit will go much more slowly because I have to show you all the exercises before we do them. But after we do it one time, we'll go through it more quickly the second 2 times, finishing here with gate openers up and around. And of course, since we do have a couple of folks on who are at least new to me and working out with me, make sure you do listen to your body and do the lighter option if you need it. If you've been working out all the time and you're comfortable with the higher intensity one, go for it. But everything really can suit you today. It's your workout, your level, and whatever is gonna help you feel really good today when you're done. Really strong. So we're going around and around. We go 2 more here, up and around. And then we'll have our last one, gate opener. All right, if you have a mini band and you want to use it to add some challenge, you can, but you don't have to have one. So if you have a mini band and you want to use it, you're gonna put it just below your knees. If you do not have a mini band, that's totally okay. This exercise can be done body weight. The band adds some challenge. So we're doing basic squats. And with a basic squat, we're gonna have our feet about hips distance. If you're using a band, you're pressing out into your band a little bit. Arms go out, we sit down and back. Now, with a squat, you can take this as low as you can go comfortably. If you have knee issues or you're newer to squats, just keep it higher. So we're gonna do that for 45 seconds. That's your high or your low option. Lower squat harder, higher squat less challenging. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're going. Squat and up. At the top of your squat, tuck your tailbone, tuck your rib cage so that we finish this nice and flat. Always want to make sure in your squat that you sit back into your heels. We used to say when I taught group exercise, like you're trying not to touch the porta potty, right? So you're just going to sit way back. The men don't get it when you say that, but women get it. They're like, okay, I got you. Just gonna sit back in the heels, reach forward, press up. You're going as low as you can go comfortably, allowing your knees to feel supported, and then just pushing through the heels, coming up to standing. 3, 2, last one, slide your band off if you're wearing a band. And then this next exercise, there's basically 2 ways to do this. Harder on the knees, less hard on the knees. We're gonna reach forward, tap the feet back. So you can keep this fairly upright, or you can get down and make it very lungy and get really low into your legs. Either way, that front foot, make sure the knee is lined up over the ankle. We have a straight line on that lower leg, and we're sitting into the butt cheek on that side. 3, 2, 1, we go, back and in. So this can be slow, depending on where you are, fitness-wise, cardio-wise, or you can take it up, make it harder. Those of you guys who are a little bit more advanced can make that a little more intense. Either way, make sure you're leaning forward as you're tapping back so that we're keeping the weight in that side booty cheek. Good work, you got it, you guys. 15 seconds here. The lower you get into that leg, the more you're gonna feel this in the thigh. Just make sure your knees are okay with it. 10 seconds. Strong work, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch your breath. Watch this next one. We're gonna be on the floor for the next 3 exercises. The first exercise is a glute bridge. If you're new to that, we just did it in our warm-up. Heels are down, tailbone touching, so low back is flat. We lift and we lower. That's the beginner version. Those of you guys who are ready for an advanced version are gonna bridge, take your right leg out and back in, your left leg out and back in, drop your bridge, do that again. When you extend your leg, your goal is not to drop your bridge. The farther your leg goes, the harder this is. You can stick with a 2-foot bridge if you need to. All right, let's try it. 3, 2, and 1. So we're either bridging, regular bridge, or we're gonna bridge, take that foot out, back in, opposite foot out, back in, set your bridge down. Now remember, the farther that leg goes, if you wanna take that leg all the way straight, you can, as long as you don't come out of your bridge. Okay, watch, we got about 25 seconds. It can be a little step or a big step. Make sure you're keeping that bridge super tight, lifting up through the hips. Everybody looks great. You always have the option of the single 2-footed bridge to modify, especially if you have any low back issues. We definitely don't want to go into that step out if we have low back issues. 3, 2, 1. Everybody relax. This next exercise, more challenging. It's going to be legs straight. We're going to take both legs in the air. One leg is gonna go slowly to the ground, and we're gonna focus on keeping the belly button pulled in and the low back on the mat, so we don't wanna arch the back. Now, if you have lower back issues, or you're working on core strength, or Christine, for you specifically, bend your knees, and you're just gonna tap your heel. So it's still giving you that little core work of pulling in and keeping your pelvis connected to your ribs, but without the full angle of the leg lower. We're gonna start with our right leg. Ready, here we go. Advanced is one leg straight, the other leg going down straight. Modified, we're gonna bend the knees. We're just gonna tap the heel. You're resisting the need to arch your back with your core strength. So we're pulling in and preventing any arching through that low back. So the lower the leg goes to the floor, the harder that is. So you can modify this by not going all the way fully to the floor, and you can also modify this by bending your knees. Listen to your low back. Only go as far as you can without having any discomfort back there. You got it. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest your legs for just a second. Set them down. Yeah, let that leg come out of there just a tiny bit. And then we got to do the other side. So we're going both legs back up, or maybe your knees are bent. Left leg, we go down and in. Or we've got bent knees, tap that toe. Really, I actually really love this bent knee modification. It is a really great way to feel how, when you drop that heel, you have to pull in so that your pelvis does not tilt. Now, straight leg is definitely tough. It's tougher. You're getting more stretch through that abdominal wall. But you gotta be sure that leg doesn't go all the way to the ground and that we don't arch the back up off the ground. We have 15 seconds here. You guys look really nice. Strong work, everybody. Less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Awesome. Set your legs down, flip it over on your hands and knees. If you have wrist issues or discomfort in your wrist, you have 2 options here. Some folks feel fine doing knuckles on the ground instead of flat. You can also do this on your forearms. So if you have wrist issues, go to those modifications. Otherwise, we're here on hands and knees. We're going to draw the rib cage up towards the spine. We did this in our warm-up, right? We did our bird dog. So now we're just going to keep doing that same side, and we're not going to set it down. When you come in, you're going to squeeze, but I don't want you to tuck and round because I don't want you to round your back. So we're going to extend, pull it in, extend, pull it in. All right. Left hand down, ready, here we go. Extend it out, draw it in, squeeze your core. So we're trying to bring the rib cage up towards the spine, extending the heel back towards the wall behind you. So we're squeezing your booty. Yeah, flat foot, toe to the ground. Left arm is ever so slightly bent so that our arm is not locked. And then, yeah, if you do start to have any issues, for me, I have to go to my knuckles, it's more comfortable. You can also come here and do this on a forearm. It's definitely more challenging in some ways, but we're making sure to try to be as still and solid as we can here. 5 seconds. You're looking so good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for a second. Maybe stretch out that low back. Maybe roll out the wrists. We got to do the opposite side. So right hand is down. Set those arms up so they're right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips. All right, ready? Here we go. So we're going to go left arm, right leg, extend it out, pull it in. Drop back in, but without tucking. So we actually are working harder here as we come in to resist that rounding and collapsing through the core. We've got to keep all this flat. That's harder, and it's much better for your low back. That's what we're working on, is flattening out through that low back by drawing your rib cage up towards your spine. Beautiful. Amber, really nice. Lori, that looks fantastic. Dana, gorgeous. Christine, very nice. Really good exercise for you right now, Christine. Beautiful. You guys are doing great. I can't see everyone, so if I don't call you out, it's not because you don't look great. It's because I can't see you. 3, 2, 1. All right, sit back. Stretch that out a little bit. We're going to stand up. We have 2 exercises left in this circuit, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll go through it more quickly the next 2 times. So the first exercise is a speed skater. There's lots of ways to modify a speed skater. So we're gonna go side to side and you're bringing your knee in to touch your opposite knee. That's the basic of the movement. So you can stay up here, move your arms and make this more cardio. You can get down low and make this more intense for your legs. You can add a hop to do both. So cardio and legs. Lots of options there to make this appropriate for your level. Speed skater, here we go. So lowest intense for the legs is to stay up high, side to side, pump the arms. Harder to sit down into this. Make sure you're leaning forward, pressing your chest up, pushing your butt back. And then if you wanted, and it's appropriate for you to do impact, you could jump that side to side. It's not long. We've only got 20 seconds. Listen to your body and just go to that place where it's a little bit uncomfortable. It's a little bit challenging, but you're still feeling good. 10 seconds here. You got it. Good work, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next exercise. If you have very light weights, you can use them, but I don't want anything heavier than 5 pounds at most. If you have no weights, do it without weights. It's still hard. Weights are here. We're gonna punch and kick, or press up and kick. Now, you've got to keep your ribs pulled in so that as you punch up, we're not arching the back. Everything stays solid, so we wouldn't want to be doing any of that. Without weights, same thing. Core pulling in, arms pressing up, kick the feet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So, we're kicking, we're pushing. As you're pushing those arms up, you're pulling your rib cage in and down so that what maintains is this plank-like position through the core. You can, if you're not using dumbbells, speed that up a little bit, as long as you stay tight. If you want to get a little bit of heart rate, that's where it's at. But if you're losing that tightness through your core, slow it back down. We're almost done. We got this. 10 seconds here. Push. Sorry. Push as you kick. Push through that heel. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right. Last exercise is either high impact butt kicker here or low impact butt kicker here. So either way, we're kicking our heels to the booty. Last exercise and we rest. Ready, go. So, low impact. We're just gonna sit down into those legs, take it side to side, pump the arms. High impact, harder, run it faster. It's short, but I still want you to listen to your body and pick the level that's most appropriate for you today. Know that you've got a big long break coming after this. So even if you're doing low impact, you can keep it high intensity by sitting down into your legs, kicking your butt back, 20 seconds. Woo! We got it. Strong work, 15 seconds here. Almost there. We got a water break coming soon. Less than 10. Pump it out. You guys look awesome. Strong work today. 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish it. All right, everybody relax. Stay moving. Heart rate's a little high. We're gonna bring that down by breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Once your heart rate is down a little bit, you can grab a drink of water. Awesome job, first round. So that is the whole thing. And what we're gonna do is repeat that twice more. We'll take a break again after we repeat it. I'm gonna move through it a little bit more quickly with less rest in between the exercises now, because number 1, you're warmed up. Number 2, now you know what you're doing. I'll repeat, of course, all of the modifications for the higher and lower level, and we'll grind this thing out twice more. This morning, this was almost exactly 45 minutes, I think, actually with a stretch. So we'll see if we get about that same time. I do try to keep these to about 45 minutes and then stretching. Just because they're a little bit more intense, y'all, but we started on time. The 8:30 group, we were 5 minutes late because we were staring at the puppy. That is a true story. Really just wanted to look at the puppy for now. We're trying to figure out how we could have like puppy cam, and it could just be like a puppy in the corner every time we worked out. It certainly would make it more fun, I think. All right, we're almost done with our rest. If you're using a band for your squat, grab your mini bands. Remember, if you have no band, regular squat, still challenging. The band just adds a second layer to it. So if you're using the mini band, go ahead and put that band on. It's going to go below your knees. So higher than low. We like to call this position middle. And remember with our squat, core is tight, shoulders back. We're going to reach out, sit back, drop down to the heels and press up. Modify this by taking a lesser squat, by just not squatting as low. Just figure out what works for your knees, your body. Round two, remember we're going a little quicker this time. Ready, here we go. So you can speed your squats up if you want to, but you do not have to. This isn't meant to be super quick. But if you're feeling good and it would be challenging for you, you can go a little faster. Those using the band, press your knees out so that everything lines up, knees over ankles, and we're getting a little tension on the band. If you have no band, we're focusing on form. Even if you have a band, you're focusing on form. But it's still challenging. We're going to keep tucking the rib cage. We're going to sit back into the heels, squeeze your booty at the top. So we form this nice flat position. You have 10 seconds. Keep it going. Awesome job. Chest out, shoulders back. You guys look good. Really nice. 3, 2, 1. Slide off your band if you're wearing a band. This tap back, remember, can be higher, but make sure we're sitting over that leg, or you can take it down, lean forward. Tap backs, ready, here we go. So, modify, this to be straighter. Make sure you're still sitting over that front leg. Harder is lower. You can also take this faster if you wanted to make it more challenging as well. You gotta pick where you are today. Exercise is all about making yourself feel good, but also feeling good being a little challenged. Finding that little space in between easy and too hard and loving it. You got it, we're less than 15 seconds now. Arms forward, sit back. Press your chest out so we're not rounding through that upper body. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hey, we're going down to the floor for a while. Bridges on your back. So either two-footed glute bridge or that glute bridge step. So bridges are here. If we're adding the walk, we're coming out. Don't drop your hips. Do both sides in and then lower. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bridge up, ribs to hips. Squeeze your booty. We're going to push into the heels. If you're adding your step, try to see how much you can do this without dropping anything through your hips. And then we lower. If you're doing a regular bridge, squeeze your butt really tight at the top. Something I always tell folks, especially if you're new to glute bridges, we have a tendency sometimes to bridge too high up into our back. If you do a glute bridge, you should be able to look up and see the top of your thighs. If you cannot see the tops of your thighs, you might be bridging too high. Once they disappear, we've pushed our hips up past that nice straight line that we're looking for. So we're stepping it out. 2, 1, rest. Legs and knees up, so either we're here or we're here. Glue that low back down to the ground. We're going to drop the right side. Ready, we go. So maybe it's straight leg, and then pull up and in. Maybe I'm modifying for that back, and we're just dropping the heel. This is still challenging, but it allows you to have a shorter lever, so you can really focus on tilting the pelvis. Those who are doing straight leg, that leg should have a slight bend at the knee. Make sure the leg doesn't touch the ground. We're going to pull in, flatten the low back to the mat. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. So as you draw that leg back in towards your body, exhale on the way up. Strong work. I like that nice slow pace. Don't rush these. We're resisting gravity with our muscle control. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Rest your legs for a second. Set them down. I started adding that in because I'd look up and every single person puts their legs down right away. So it sounds like we need it. All right, take them back up. Maybe knees are bent, maybe legs straight. Left side, we go down. So imagine, just ever so lightly, someone tugging on your ankle, playfully trying to pull your leg to the ground. And you're going to pull that leg back up nice and easy and slow. If the knees are bent, same thing. Someone just kind of like take that ankle, tap it to the ground, and you're pulling it back up. So they're giving you ever so little resistance that you're bracing against through your core. So that you're drawing your belly and your spine, exhaling as you lift and pull in. Inhale as you lower. And the goal is to glue that low back down to the ground. No space between the floor or the mat and your low back. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, last one. Rest your legs down. Take some time to flip over onto hands and knees. With our bird dogs, this is all about, now we're going to flatten our low back to the ceiling. So we don't want to be in a hyperextended position like that. I want to draw that up and in, and then it's all straight and flat. The legs should be straight out, and the arm is straight out. You can come to forearms or knuckles if it would help your wrists. Start with your left arm down, right arm moves. Here we go. Extend it up. Bring it in, no round. Yeah, it's not a tuck. It's a squeeze, but not a tuck. So be sure, like Amber, you're getting a little rounding through your back. I want you to stay flat. So if we pull this all the way in, we get rounding. We want to go flat. So pull it tight, yeah, like you're trying to get them to touch, but they can't. Yes, there you go, beautiful. There's a really good reason I don't want you to round your back halfway through. Because rounding of our back puts pressure on our spinal discs, and we sit all day long, so our spinal discs are pushed out and rounded anyway. And if we exacerbate that, that's how you end up getting like ruptured discs in your low back. 3, 2, 1, relax. Just for a side note, don't ever do a weighted sit-up, ever, 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 ever. It's a great way to blow out a disc in your back. All right, we're coming back to bird dogs on the opposite side. Right arm down, flatten out that low back, ready, here we go. So we're gonna extend. So you can still do, like Amber was going for that squeeze, that core work, you can still do that. But what you're gonna do is squeeze it in, but pretend like your elbow and your knee are opposing magnets, and so they won't touch. Because what you're gonna try to do is get that core engagement without the rounding through the back. So we're squeezing in, but we're not gonna round. We stay so tight, so flat. Beautiful work. If you're squeezing and doing that bear down, just make sure you're breathing. We have 15 seconds here. That looks gorgeous, Amber. Really, really nice. Christine's looking great. Way to go, Lori. Straight back with that leg. Don't let that leg get too high. Point the toe to the floor. There you go. There you go. 2, 1. Nice job, guys. We're going to stand up. If you need to take time standing up, that's cool. Heart rate should be better now. We're going speed skaters. Remember, we have this knee to knee, and then we go press up and kick, and then we got our butt kickers high or low. So we got 3 exercises. We're gonna go right through. With your speed skater, you can get low, you can hop, or stay high, but whatever you do, get those arms going. Speed skaters! Here we go. So going side to side. It could be up high. Maybe we want to keep the impact out, but still challenge the legs by squatting low. Maybe you want to put the two together, if that's where it is for you today. Either way, I want knee to knee, so we keep the hips straight and the knees straight, and we're not crossing back behind. This one can just get a little tricky on the knees. You can modify that by doing a little step touch with just a little bit of a bend. Make this more of a heart rate exercise, less into your legs, and just go side to side. There. Especially if your low back's cranky, you may have to stand up a lot straighter, depending on what you got going on. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Finish both sides. If you're using weights, grab your weights. Remember, if you're using weights especially, but really everybody, pull in with your ribs as your arms go up. Kick and press. Ready, we go. Push, push. So this can be slow. If you're using weights, it should be slower. If you have no weights, you can speed it up a little bit if it would be serving your body. Make sure the elbows are slightly in front, so we're trying not to be straight out here, slightly in front. And then as we're kicking, we're pulling down through our ribs, pulling our shoulder blades down the back. Strong work, you have 15 seconds here. Good, 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 good. Keep it moving. If you're using those weights, just adds a layer of challenge, so we've really got to focus on that core so we don't cause any issues with the low back. You're almost there. Keep it moving. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody relax. Butt kickers. Low impact, high impact. Ready? and then we're done. Maybe we're bringing that up if that would be appropriate for your fitness level, for your joints. Maybe you want high impact. Know this is our last exercise before we rest. So wherever you have to go, that you really want to feel the challenge and make yourself ready for a 2-minute break, go there now. This can be low impact but high intensity by really pumping the arms, really pumping the legs, sitting down low into that. We have 10 seconds now. You got it. Come on, go. Go. No matter which one you're doing, give me all your energy right now. Let's finish this. 3, 2, last one. Everybody relax. Let your heart rate come down first, and then we'll grab water. So deep breath, inhale. Big breath out, exhale. Woo. We want to really settle that system down so that when we hit this third round, we feel pretty much back to post warm-up, recovery level. Drink of water if you need it. Woo. Awesome work on the first 2 rounds. One more. So it's basically about 10 minutes. I was looking up at the wall and there was like a huge bug on the wall while you guys were doing your last couple exercises. And I can't tell what it is and I don't know where it went. Do you ever have that happen? You're like, where did it go? I don't know what it was, but it looked big. Oh, maybe, hang on, maybe it's over there. I don't know. I think it's a stink bug, maybe. I don't know. It's probably the best case scenario. We need the frames pest control. That's what we need. That is Vicki, who's on with us. That's her family's company up in Toledo, Frames Pest Control. They're exterminators. They need some exterminators. All right. Whew, enough chatter. We have about 30 more seconds to rest and recover. And then we're going to do this one more time. You guys have done an awesome job so far. Now you know the level. Decide where you're going to go for this last round. Know that after this, we're done with stretching. We are good. So if you're using your mini band on your squat, go ahead and grab it. Remember that it's going to go just below your knees. If you're not using a mini band, you don't have to. It's just an option. I actually really like mini bands when I'm teaching squats. It helps us have something to push out against so that you can think about pushing out a little bit with your knees. Your knees should line up over your ankles, but we have a tendency to be tighter in the middle and weaker out here, which tends to cause people's knees to fall in on their squats. So long story short, the band can give you a little bit of feedback to help you remember to keep your knees out. If you don't have a band, just think about pressing through the outer edges of your feet as you stand up. Last round, ready? Let's do it. Here we go. We're squatting down and back. Core tight, flat back, arms forward, pressing out just ever so slightly. We don't want the knees to go past the ankles on the outside. But if you tend to have knees that fall inward on your squat, press down, press those knees out. Think of driving. Think of splitting the floor with your feet. So as you stand up, you're like trying to rip the floor into 2 pieces. Strong work, you guys. Level this by going as low as you can go. Challenge your legs, but also without upsetting your knees. Butts going way back. Arms reach forward, so lean forward, flat back. We have 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Slide that band off. We're going into those tap backs. So with our tap backs, you can stay high, tap. You can get low, tap. Just make sure this leg doesn't move and the knee and the ankle are in line. Last time we're doing these, ready, go. So maybe we're here. Maybe we want to take that down, get low, lean forward. Whatever you do, the lower you go, the more forward you gotta lean so that we can keep this back here and not up in front of your knee. Pushing that way back. Keep it in the heel. So maybe the toes of that front foot are just ever so lightly lifted up off the ground. Focusing on pushing our weight backwards. So even as we're switching feet, keep that foot centered, weight in the heel, arms reaching up. You got it, you guys, 15 seconds. Yeah, get it. Woo, I see some of you guys really going down low on that. I love it. 10 seconds. Knees are looking solid. 5, 4, 3, 2, finish it, both sides. Catch your breath while we take it down to the ground. We've got 3 exercises on the floor. Starting with our bridge. Remember that you can stay with that 2-foot bridge. You can do a walking bridge. Whatever sure you can see your thighs, and then our ribs and our hips are staying in a nice straight line. Bridges, ready, we go. So maybe you're gonna lift and lower. Maybe you're gonna lift, extend your right leg, bring it back in, extend your left leg, bring it back in, lower. If you extend your legs, the farther you go, the harder that is, because you have to maintain your bridge. Don't wanna lower anything when that leg moves. If you notice your hips dropping, and maybe make it a smaller movement or stick with a two-footed bridge. If there's any discomfort in the low back whatsoever, then just go back to that regular bridge, focus on pushing into your heels. Really squeeze your butt. The butt is the supporting marker for the back here. So the more you can squeeze your butt, the better you'll support your low back. Strong work, everybody, looks great. Last one, legs up, straighter knees bent. So maybe we've got those legs straight, maybe they're bent. Before we do anything, make sure your entire low back is pressed flat into the floor. Right leg lower, here we go. So your modification is with that bent knee. Heel's gonna tap the ground and we're gonna pull in through the core, so we're not arching the back. Maybe it's appropriate for you to go for that straight leg, in which case, just be sure that low back is glued down. We're sliding that heel towards the floor, and we are not letting the back arch, and we're not touching the ground with that heel. The only time I want you to touch the ground with your heel is if your legs are bent. Because if our legs are straight, that's going to put us a little bit past actually where we need to be. More at risk for a hyperextension of the low back. You have 10 seconds. Good, yeah. Nice work, everybody. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take the legs down for just a second. And then we're going to do that left side. Last time we're doing that left side. So legs are back up, maybe knees are bent. Left leg lower, here we go. Take it down, pull it in. So we're working both on the lower and on the raise to pull in through your core, to pull the ribs to the hips, to flatten out that low back. Beautiful work, you guys. I keep saying, you know, these home workouts, I see you guys getting so strong and so stable. I'm seeing major progress for those who've been coming consistently these last 6 weeks. And it's really cool. I mean, it's not that we don't do that in person, 15 seconds, but it's on some different things since we focused a lot on core stability with the lack of the heavier weights, 10 seconds. And I can see how it's making you guys stronger. I love it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your legs down. We're going to roll it over onto all fours. We have bird dogs here. You can come to the knuckles. You can come to the forearms. If your wrists are fine with it, then stay on the hands, but try to like suction up the floor with your fingers. Hands are right below shoulders, knees below hips. Draw the belly in, flatten that back. We're going to have left arm down, right arm moves. Ready, left leg back. Here we go. Extend it back, draw it in. Flatten out that back. Yes. So that's it. You got it, Amber. Really nice. So like we talked about last time, no rounding. We're still squeezing. We're still pulling in, but without rounding through any part of the back. By keeping that elbow in the knee, maybe just past the shoulder and the hip, but not much. So they're not touching. They're like opposing magnets that won't come together. You're going to try, but they just won't. It's too hard. And then we're going to extend back out. Squeeze your booty cheek as you extend that leg. Such beautiful flat backs I see. Awesome. Wow, Lori looks great. Really nice, Amber. Christine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back, rest for a second. Maybe stretch your back out if it would feel nice. We got to do the other side. So now we're going right hand down. Left arm moves, right leg, draw it in. Ready? Here we go. Last set of bird dogs. Extend out. It helps if you take that opposite toe. So if our left leg is down, we're going to kind of tuck that left toe if it's okay, if it feels okay. Because, again, I'm always talking about tension. Tension everywhere through the entire body so we have no energy leaks. Because this is about stability and the body being able to stay tight. And the tighter and the more contracted we can be everywhere, the less your body has to work to keep you from falling against gravity. Good work. Everybody, that's great. Take your time, slow and extend. Heel to the floor, or heel to the wall, toe to the floor. Straight back. Yeah, nice correction there, Lori. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. All right. We're standing up. We've got 3 exercises standing, and then we're done. So we're going speed skaters. That's side to side, knee to knee. Then we're going kick and push. Then we've got butt kickers back. 3 minutes, it's not even 3 full minutes, but 3 minutes of work, and then we are absolutely finished for the day. So wherever you want to go, if you're like, I need a little bit, I want a little bit more challenge, I want to work harder, then really get into these last 3 exercises. Speed skater, ready, here we go. So you can modify this by staying tall, especially if your low back is cranky. You can keep the impact out, but challenge the legs by leaning forward, sitting down into this, and tapping the knees. You can add a little plyometric hop if you're down for it. If you're like, I need to work harder, I want to go, I want to push myself, then you get into that if the impact will be appropriate for you. Either way, arms are going. If you're low, you're leaning forward. If you're not, it would be easier on your low back to stand up a little straighter. And then just keep, you could even take it a little hoppy if your low back's mad, but you want that little bit of cardio. So many ways to make this work for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, make sure you get both sides. Grab your weights if you're using weights. Breathe, this is gonna be our breath catcher here. We're pushing up. As we push up and kick, we're gonna pull the rib cage down. 3, 2, 1, we go. Push and kick, tight core. Press through your heel, so that leg is active. We're not just flinging it out, it's active. Pushing through the heel, up through the thigh, extend out. Press through your shoulders, pull your core down. If you're not using weights, feel free to add a little bit of pace. If you're using weights, please keep it slow and really focus on that core and that contraction. So we're pulling down through the ribs, 15 seconds. We're getting our heart rate up, but we're keeping our core so tight. A little balance challenge here too. It's all good. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Butt kickers and we're done. Low impact, high impact. This is it, 45 seconds and we're finished. Everything you got. Ready, here we go. So maybe we're here. Maybe we're gonna keep that super low impact, but we can pick up the intensity to whatever level is best for us today. Or we're coming here, kicking the booty, pumping the arms. Either way, the whole point of this, it's short, is to get you out of breath, to challenge your lungs, to challenge your heart, give you that little bit of cardiovascular work. Doesn't have to be long. It's actually good to have it in little bursts so that we're going to breathe heavy and then we recover. That's what it's all about, 15 seconds. Woo, you got it. So after this, all we have left is stretch. Just give me 10 seconds here. Work it, you got it, looking good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay. Before we lie down and stretch, we're gonna bring your heart rate down a little bit. So a couple deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's do arms with that. So we're gonna inhale and reach up. Exhale, blow out. One more of those, big deep breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, blow out. Now if you have water, you're gonna grab a drink of water, do that, and then we'll lie down and stretch on the floor. To start. All right. Nice job today, guys. Just a minute or a couple minutes here, stretch. Please stick around and stretch if you can. If you're watching the recording, don't run away just because we're stretching. This is important. So we're gonna lie back on our back, kind of like that glute bridge position that we started in, and then one foot over the opposite knee. So you could also do this seated if lying on your back was not super comfortable. You could do this one seated as well. If it is comfortable and would be more challenging, you can also draw that leg in and get a little bit deeper stretch in the hip. But if this is enough right here, then keep the foot down on the ground. As we're stretching, I want you to breathe in through your nose deeply. Exhale fully through your mouth. Yeah, full, long exhale. Sends a signal to your central nervous system to calm down. So we are in that stress state when we exercise. Now we got to bring it all back down. Let the body and the central nervous system know we're done. It's good. Go ahead and switch sides. Danger past. Draw that opposite leg in if it's comfortable, or you can keep it on the floor. You can also do this seated as well if needed. And we're breathing. So exercise is a good stress on the body. But as with all stress, we don't want to be in our stress state all the time because that's when it starts to have negative consequences. So as soon as we can, after we're in our exercise stress state, we want to bring the body out of it, and that's what this cool down period does for us. Go ahead and hug the knees and roll yourself to seated. And you could also do this exercise seated in a chair as well if you needed to. Sit up tall. We're going to cross that right foot over the left knee, and then the left arm is going to hug that leg. You're just going to twist to wherever's comfortable, wherever that leg has to be, even if it's out here. Whatever's good. For those of y'all who need a little more space, Christine. She's pregnant, you guys. Sorry, I don't know if that's, I'm sure it's okay for me to say that, but I didn't mean anything negative by that. As that belly grows and the baby gets bigger, we get less room in through here, so this stretch looks a little different. On the opposite side, so switching legs on the left foot over, and then we're gonna hug that in with the right leg sitting up nice and tall. Woo, you guys should feel good. That was a good one today. Lots of different strength incorporated there. I know sometimes we miss our weights, but you can do so much with body weight strength, and it's very functional and it's very challenging, but it really helps make you stronger and more stable just for life, which is what it's really all about. Go ahead and come to standing. So we'll finish that stretch standing. We're gonna reach forward with both arms and draw the belly button into the spine. So I like to think of this kind of almost like a cat-cow, where we're bringing the ribs towards the hips, but we're pressing the shoulder blades out, making this nice and round, just to stretch through that upper back. We didn't do a ton of back work today. If you were on with me yesterday, we did a lot of stuff yesterday. We needed this stretch yesterday. Take it back behind, roll the shoulders down the back, open up the chest. This is your like middle of the day, I've been working at the computer or looking at my phone stretch to reverse all of that front facing posture we have, just to really stretch that out, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. We're still doing our nice deep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, right arm across. So hug that in for the shoulder. For those of you guys who've done lots of virtual training, I'm surveying, and even if it's your first session, I still love to hear from you as well. Just to know what you like and how we can make it better. Always want to make sure things can be better. Go ahead and take it across. And the best way to know is to find out what you guys like or what your thoughts are. So I sent it out in the email this morning, and then it will post to the Facebook group probably in the next hour. I think, I forget what time it posts. But if you see that virtual training feedback survey, it literally is 2 questions. What do you like? What could be better? Even if you're like, it's great, I love it just the way it is, I like to hear that as well. Go ahead and take your hands to your thighs, slide them down as you push your butt back, lean over, flat back here. So hands are supporting maybe just below the knees or on the thighs, eyes to the ground, stretching out the back of the body. Even if it's all good feedback, it helps me to know that you're like, this is cool, I really like what you're doing, and have no suggestions for changing it. If you'd like a deeper stretch, slide it all the way down, reach for the ankle. Keep your eyes looking at the floor so that the neck is nice and relaxed, maybe even shaking our head side to side so that we're not cricking our neck back. And then roll it all the way up. Those of you guys who have been around, you know that's circuits. So we do circuits on, roll your shoulders up and back. Circuits on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do a little bit more strength. So it's a little bit less cardio, for lack of a better word, a little more strength. But it's all good for whatever level, it's all good for whatever equipment you have or don't have. Inhale, reach up. Big exhale, blow out. Yeah, one more of those big deep breaths. Inhale, reach up. Big breath, exhale out. Give ourselves a round of applause for showing up and getting this done. I'm going to stop this recording so we can say goodbye.